The gloriousness that is Nikki's info shut down on August 13, 2023 because the domain was not renewed. For those of you who are new to the Nikkiverse, Nikki's info is an amazing player-made guide site that tells you what the top scoring items are based off items you own in your game closet. The site gets around 300k monthly visitors, so it's a pretty big deal, especially for players who want to rank high and need item recommendations for stages. Well, today, all players are seeing is this error screen. People are panicking. Nikki's Info Twitter is blowing up. Hundreds of players flooded the Nikki's Info Discord in just today alone to find answers. This just shows how reliant we all are on Nikki's Info. It really made everyone's life a lot easier. But alas, all good things come to an end. So what happened? Let's go way back. Nikki's Info was created by a player named Sweet Cupcake in August of 2017. Sweet Cupcake described her role in Nikki's Info as game data, web dev, and design. The math side of Love Nikki. Vietnamese translation, Vietnamese game version consultant. Wow, that is a lot for one person. Keep this in mind. This will be important later on. Anyway, most veterans first heard of Nikki's Info on the Love Nikki subreddit, since that was the main platform where Sweet Cupcake advertised and post updates on the site. That's where I first heard of Nikki's Info. I jumped on the site as soon as I learned it'll guarantee me an S in every stage. I'm pretty sure I was one of the first couple of people who made an account on Nikki's Info. Anywho, the site blew up. So many players were using it or started to use it, but don't understand some stuff. To help with that, I made an how to upload your wardrobe to Nikki's Info guide, which got featured on the site. I still feel so honored that happened. And I quickly became the best Love Nikki's guide site, and it's because Sweet Cupcake keeps innovating the site with things players want to see. She'd ask the subreddit, would this be helpful for you players? Or can you give me any suggestions for what you would like to see? The site got amazingly better when it started showing top scoring guides for not only regular stages but also for association co-op battles and events. It showed which items were top scoring, which is huge for ranking enthusiasts. It showed Maryland quiz answers, tea party answers, answers to if your crush likes you back. It had everything a Nikki player needed. I know a handful of top association who made it a requirement to have a Nikki's Info account to join the guild. With the fast-growing user base, Sweet Cupcake made a Twitter and Discord to communicate better with the fans. Then, 2021 came. Something happened. Players noticed that Nikki's Info was not updating as quickly as it did before. Event guides did not come on time. New suits weren't updating to the site. What's going on? There are some speculations, but keep in mind nothing is confirmed yet. Some players thought maybe Sweet Cupcake lost interest in the game or doesn't play Love Nikki anymore. If you're not playing the game anymore, then you lose interest in anything related to the game, like maintaining the website, right? Others speculate that it's real-life obligations, school, work, family, relationships, who knows? Others asked if Sweet Cupcake was okay. I mean, to update players with everything including site outages to just disappearing for long periods of time, I hope nothing bad happened to her. Well, whatever the reason, Sweet Cupcake is not obligated to share, and we are not entitled to know. Then finally, there was an update. Hi everyone, my apologies about not updating the site recently. Been a bit sick and piled under exam revisions and work. I know it's no excuse, but I'll be updating the site very soon. Sorry about the wait. This tweet got a lot of likes considering not a lot of Love Nikki Global players are even on Twitter. It's literally all love in the replies. Things were updated again, but not at the speed as back then. That's okay. Love Nikki community is legit the most wholesome and no one was mad. We were just happy to hear from Sweet Cupcake again. Then at one point, still in 2021, Nikki's Info began recruiting a team to help with collecting data. Oh, this is good news to have more players help out with the site. Like, a site like this takes a lot of commitment and it's tough for one person to do it alone. Then more delays, but Sweet Cupcake says it's because of her exams and real life commitment. She even thanks the newly formed Nikki's Info team for their hard work and patience with her packed schedule. Then February 2023 was Sweet Cupcake's last contact with us. No one knows what happened. You want to know my opinion? First off, I hope she is okay, because when she mentioned that she was sick, that is just so concerning. Like, a sickness can be fatal. But you know how Sweet Cupcake talks about exams That's probably means she is a college student or a grad student. Also, she's working. Anyone who has ever tried juggling work at school knows that it is not easy at all. Also, she has to be up to date with what's going on with Love Nikki Global to maintain the Nikki's info site. And remember in the beginning of the video, I mentioned she's also involved with the Vietnamese server. A lot of people don't notice, but there is a Nikki's info for the Vietnamese server and the Korean server. I'm not a dev, but this seems like a full-time job on top of her work and schooling. So now what? Some players are just praying Sweet Cupcake returns. Some players want to help pay for the Nikki's Info web hosting. Other players want to recreate Nikki's Info. I would love to see any of those happen, but I don't think it's going to be easy. I want to share this post by Reddit user LOLJKBuy. Hi, if I may pitch in as a web developer, the main issue would not be the look of the site, but number one, secure login, which I'm not sure and I had to begin with considering it was just a username and password. Number two, the insane database. Each item and stage has a plethora of variables to consider, and while that's not that daunting to create in the DB and functionalities, inputting each item even with the help of other people is an incredibly daunting task. Number three, I don't know what sort of traffic the site was getting, but I imagine it's quite a lot. And if we're taking that and adding the size of the DB, it would probably not be cheap to host. Basically, what I'm saying is I personally would never do it not for profit like Cupcake did, and I don't know anyone that would either because the simple upkeep of this project, let alone building it, is a whole job of its own. Yeah, that is insane. So for now, what I'm doing is I'm looking up archives of Nikki's info to re-upload on my free website, which I'll link below. A lot of you said that you're working on commissions. I actually yoinked the entire top scoring list of chapter 18 from the Wayback Machine. Let me know if this is helpful to you at all. And yeah, today is a sad day for all Nikki players. It's crazy to think that I was just using Nikki's info yesterday and now it's just gone. Luckily, there is still resources available. I'm thankful for Squirtle Squad and Sundere Strategists for existing. I've used their guides for years. They're mega trustworthy. That's all. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Subscribe or I'll delete your...